Welcome, Weebs. Yes, we're still alive. Today, we're going over our preseason for the fall 2021 anime season. Yes, we know what you're thinking. We've been on hiatus, and for that, we apologize. This fall season coming up, we're going to be very consistent. This summer season, we've been extremely inconsistent, to say the least. We do apologize for that. Life comes at you fast. 6 episodes on a roundup. That's pretty hectic for the lives that we have. But listen, we're gonna make it work. We can't promise 6 for this upcoming fall, but we're gonna have some spicy shows to talk about. And if you guys want to see the upcoming list, stay tuned towards the end of the video. We're gonna go through every single anime coming out, and we're gonna give you guys our thoughts on them. And we'd love to hear what you guys think about these shows. I mean, this season looks stacked, doesn't it, Germs?
Oh yeah, it's been a while. It's been like a year or so since we've seen the season this stacked.
Yeah. I mean, winter this year was pretty good, but this one looks like it's going to be a banger as well. So yeah, we got a great show for you guys today. Listen, if you're not subscribed and you stumbled here, please give us a like, give us a sub, check out our other content. Don't just take our word for it. We got reviews, we got a weekly podcast, we got discussions, we got all types of stuff for you. If you're a weeb like we are, we know you guys are going to like it. And with that, Germs, let's take it away. Let's get into this delicious fall 2021 anime season.
Yep, that is for sure. So, we're starting off with the biggest banger right here. We got, Demon Slayer season 2. What else needs to really be said about such a huge series as this? It's everyone and their mother's going to be watching it. People are already going crazy over the movie and the season 1, so it's time to see, how many people stay, how many people are still wanting to see more of this series. But seems like there's a lot of people that want to. What are your thoughts on this?
Listen, there's not much to say about this one. It's the one that everyone's hyped for, everyone's excited about. By all metrics, Demon Slayer is the biggest anime out right now. I'm not saying manga, but by anime metrics, this is the biggest anime currently in 2021, and the movie further cemented that. I mean, the Demon Slayer movie is the highest grossing anime film of all time. I mean, that's quite the feat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think all of us are curious as to whether Ufotable is going to be able to keep up the level of quality that they've been so far. I think they'll do it. We have no reason to believe they won't. And yeah, just another season of Demon Slayer. It's been long overdue.
Mm-hmm.
It's been long overdue, man. People have been waiting. And even the movie took a little while to come out here. By the way, we're going to throw it up right here. Make a timestamp for me, Germs.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to, here's our review of the Demon Slayer movie. We saw it in theaters. Good shit. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Demon Slayer. Safe to say, without spoiling anything, it's just too big not to put on the roundup. We don't have a date yet, though, do we, Germs?
No, we do not have a date yet, unfortunately. We wish we knew, but not known yet.
We do know it's going to be 2 cores, so a 24 to 26 episode range. That's going to be pretty good, and we do know that the director said that it will not be censored. So whatever that means, however you want to take that, for those of you who have read the manga. Less censorship is better for us, the viewers. So, again, another good sign.
Yeah, so I think that's all really needs to be said. I think everyone already kind of knows with this one here.
Yeah.
So, also, I guess this is a little more of a adult kind of banger here, and newer one.
Mm-hmm.
We got Jujutsu Kaisen 0. You can see this crazy looking art here, but let me go to the description here real quick. Oops. So Yuto Okasu is a nervous high school student who is suffering from a serious problem. His childhood friend Rika has turned into a curse and won't leave him alone. Since Rika is no ordinary curse, his plight is noticed by Satoru Gojo, a teacher at Jujutsu High, a school where fledgling exorcists learn to combat curses. Gojo convinces Yuta to enroll, but can he learn enough in time to confront the curse that haunts him? So, okay. Seems a nice little hook here to start off. Now we can see why there's kind of a little girl there. So seems pretty interesting, and it's a movie, so a nice simple plot for a full just an hour and a half movie is exactly what we need. We don't want to have a super crazy tied in with another characters. Just sticking with this new character, and then sticking with that. So I like it. Nice and simple.
What not to go off tangent here, but what is it with Rika and curses? Higurashi, relation. So Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Not much to say. Only thing I thought of during that was the Higurashi reference. It's a prequel, so it's going to go back in time, which is cool. That's interesting. This is the new shonen on the block, so they're going the Demon Slayer route. Great first season. Okay, let's throw the movie at the people and make some money out of this thing. So yeah, I mean, and if you know us, you know that we love Jujutsu Kaisen. Such beautiful animation, wasn't it? I mean, so what a gorgeous show. Mappa's doing such a phenomenal job with all their titles that they have right now. And yeah, I think it's going to be a while because it's a movie. It's going to be a while before it comes out here, doesn't it?
Yeah. It says 94 days. December. Oh, yeah, December. Christmas. Oof.
Yeah. So we likely won't be watching this and reviewing it until 2022. But that's just how the game is, right? So, but yeah, I mean, even though it's sort of a detour and a prequel, are you still hyped for this one, Jerome?
Yeah, it's nice. You'll see a little bit more of the world itself. We didn't see too much of the world actually. We just saw some curses, curse of the week kind of thing. But maybe we'll get something else here. We'll see.
Yeah, that was my only slight complaint about Jujutsu Kaisen was the world building. I didn't feel fully immersed in the world. Maybe this will help me feel that way, but yeah, very hyped for this one. We, of course, when it comes out, we will be reviewing it. So
yeah, definitely. So next we got our good old classic Mushoku Tensei Part 2, baby. Oh, it's gonna be so hyped.
So good. So hyped.
I wish there was more to say here, but there's enough said already. With it being a second core, it's some fire isekai, man. It's some fire. It's so fire that even James is loving it. What do you have to say about it?
And I hate isekai, folks. I really don't. Well, I don't hate them. They're not my cup of tea. I got to tell you, man. I think Mushoku Tensei is easily the best isekai I've ever seen. Easily. And I know that people are going to be pissed off at that. And how could you say it's better than ReZero? But listen, if you watch it, just watch it, okay? If you don't like it after that, fine. You can complain all you want. But I thought it was like a semi-masterpiece. I mean, just what a excellent first season. Every single episode was great. Speaking of world building, I felt so part of this world. Like they did such a great job sort of talking about the power system, and they went to that village and now they're doing these odd tasks to get money, and God, I cannot wait to see where the story goes. And you know where it goes. So you're hyped up even more, huh?
Definitely. This is going to be good. The animation from the trailer, if you haven't seen it, people, it's as beautiful as the first one. No dip in quality, luckily for us here. So I think it's enough said on this one. Fortunately, unfortunately. So if you haven't seen the first season, easy recommend from both of us. Easy, I'd imagine.
Easily. And one thing I just want to say is that Studio Bind, which is I forgot what they were a subsidiary of. I think Silverlink or White Fox or Wit. Was it Wit?
I don't.
One of them.
Something big.
So many. Something big. I think it was. Wit or White Fox. One of those two. But yeah, it's just they've done such a great job handling this show, and they made this subsidiary just for the show. So they're putting in all their effort just to make a great adaptation of Mushoku Tensei. That's when you know you're getting something really special, folks. And yeah, listen, I'm not the isekai guy. I'm really not. But I got to tell you, this show is fire. I got to be honest. I think this might be my most anticipated show this season. Ooh. I mean, would you agree? I don't know. I think I would say that. I think I would say probably my most, to be honest with you. I love this. I know that people hate it for certain reasons. You can't please everyone. But yes, this has a very strong chance of ending up on the roundup. Spoiler alert. But yeah, very, very hyped, very hyped.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's hard to tell because there's so many good shows this season for me that it's like everything everything I wanted to see is here now. So it's like, oh, I can't. I don't know. I'm being pulled so many different directions. But speaking of that,
especially with this next one.
Next one here, exactly. We got Komi-san. Can't communicate. A classic. If you're anywhere in the manga scene, you've seen this for years already. You're already ready for this. It's gonna be another day for you. But it's a classic for a reason.
Give the people a summary.
Mm-hmm. So timid Tanado is a total wallflower and is just the way he likes it. But all that changes when he finds himself alone in a classroom on his first day of high school with the legendary Komi. He quickly realizes she isn't aloof. She's just super awkward. Now he's made it his mission to help her on her quest to make 100 friends. Oh, that's the good shit, man. This is the if you haven't seen the trailer, the style really comes through into this animation. It's not like it's a generic anime, but with Komi characters. You see this, you'll probably see screenshots, and you won't even need to see the main characters. You already know the style is the Komi style. So that's what I really like with this anime adaptation they're doing is it's doing the manga justice. But what are your thoughts from this description here? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think partly the reason why certainly these 4 that are at the top, we have Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Jobless, now Komi Can't Communicate. I think that these are all fantastic adaptations. Not to get ahead of myself with Komi, but just from talking to you, looking at what it's about, getting a feel from the trailer, it looks like they're going to do this one justice. Knock on wood, not to get ahead of myself, but yeah, and the people know that. The people understand it, and that's why these ones are the highest rated, the most anticipated. I got to tell you, this screams wholesome to me. This screams wholesome, and if you've been watching the Weeb Retreat, we like our wholesome goodness around here. I think that her quest to make 100 friends is really cute. I don't know much about this one. I don't want to know much about this one. I just want to go in blind and see what I think of it. But so far, what I think of it is, I think I'm going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I like stories with awkward characters that kind of come out of their shell, stuff like that. Just super relatable. I think that's why I really, related to Nagatoro in that way, because Senpai was very, closed off, and he kind of, throughout the series, opens up a little bit. This will be the opposite. This will be with Komi this time, the female lead. Yeah, I'm very excited to see if how and when she makes her 100 friends that she's attempting to do. So yeah, I'm super hyped for this one. I'm super hyped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would think we both. I'd definitely give it a recommend as a manga reader, but we'll have to wait till it actually comes out to see what your thoughts on it. But actually, real quick, who's this OLM studio? Never heard of this.
Pokemon, my friend.
Pokemon. I see. So that's why it has a kind of they kind of easily were able to get into that style.
Keep going down. Let me see. I'm not talking about my ass.
King's Raid
I know they do Pokemon.
Yokai Watch. That's basically Pokemon.
That's close enough.
Pokemon Masters, yeah. Here we.
Okay, there we go. This is the studio that does Pokemon.
End Card,
which is the biggest thing that they're known for. This is a huge step out of what they're kind of used to. It looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a lot more childish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's okay. That's interesting to see. I never heard of the OLM4, but good to know.
Mm-hmm. I only know about them because of Pokemon. That's the only reason people even know about that studio, because they just have that massive franchise on their hands.
Mm-hmm. So let's go to the next one here. The classic, the one, the only, the Jojo Stone Ocean. I'm so hyped for this one because this was the first Jojo that I read after Part 5. I saw Part 5 and I'm like, okay, I'm not waiting 3 years, and now 3 years has happened. So
give the people a summary. Let's hear it.
So here we go. So this is a long one, but in Florida, 2011, Jolene Kujo sits in a jail cell like her father Jotaro once did. Yet the situation is not one of her choice. Framed for a crime she did not commit and manipulated into serving a longer sentence, Jolene is ready to resign to a dire fate as a prisoner of Green Dolphin Street Jail. Though all hope seems lost, a gift from Jotaro ends up awakening her latent abilities, manifesting into her stand, stone free. Now armed with the power to change her fate, Jolene sets out to escape from the stone ocean that holds her. However, she soon discovers that her incarnation is merely a small part of a grand plot, one that not only takes aim at her family, but also far-reaching consequences. What's more, the mastermind is lurking within the very same prison, and under the protection of a lineup of menacing stand users. Finding unlikely allies to help her cause, Jolene sets course to stop their plot, clear her name, and take back her life. So that was a nice intro description there. Whew.
Yeah.
But I think the Florida is all you really need to know. This is going to be the Jojo and Florida. What could be a more crazy mix of bizarreness here?
Well, yeah. Florida's that's a you know a lot about the story already by hearing the state of Florida. So it seems like it's a prison break and a menacing plot of
clearing our name,
trying to take down. Yeah. So
and a bunch
good.
of other prisoners as well.
Okay.
They dress fancy in prison. That's just how it be in America.
Exactly. So and you read it. You know it's good. So can David Productions bring us another hit with JoJo? I think they can. They've done it 5 times previously. What's to say that they can't do it a 6th, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's gonna be good. I'm super hyped to see this. If you're a JoJo fan, and you're already ready for this, as a JoJo fan. But if you're not, I guess you have a little while for this one to show up in December. So if you haven't seen JoJo before, I guess a good time as any to start now.
Yeah, that is the one disappointing thing, is that it's going to be coming in December. So it won't be a part of our roundup initially, but the people at home can obviously assume this has to make the roundup. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, has to be discussed. And the villain of the week, format that JoJo goes with, that'll be really fun to talk about every single week. The new villain, the new way that the heroes pulled it off, or if they didn't pull it off, who knows? But and I love Jotaro too. So the fact that Jotaro is coming back, the fact that it's his daughter, I really want to see their relationship, because how he's like all cold and yeah. I want to. Any screen time with Jotaro is a good time with me. So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I'm hyped.
Same as well for me as well. So next we have an interesting one. One we wouldn't normally talk about, but we're back at SAO, baby.
What?
So SAO Progressive. I don't know what the English for that. Aria of the Starless Night. So let's take a read of this description. It's a little bit long one here, but there's no way to beat this game. The only difference is when and where you die. 1 month has passed since Aiko Kabeya deadly game has begun, and the body count continues to rise. 2,000 players are already dead. Kirito and Asuna are 2 very different people, but they both desire to fight alone. Nevertheless, they find themselves drawn together to face challenges from both within and without. Given that the entire virtual world that they now live in has been created as a death trap, the surviving players of Sword Art Online are starting to get desperate, and desperation makes them dangerous to loners like Kirito and Asuna. As it becomes clear that solitude equals suicide, will the two be able to overcome their differences to find the strength to believe in each other, and in doing so, survive? It's SAO Progressive is a new version of SAO Tale, starting at the beginning, from the very beginning. And this is going to be a movie. I guess they already have an hour, 37 minutes already out, so maybe it's already out in Japan. Maybe not. But
no, October 30th is the release date, so that'll be the official release date for Japan. So it's not out yet, but they do know the runtime because it's going to be coming out here pretty soon, looks like.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm really interested because I've heard so much about how the progressive novels are like super fire because everyone loves the first part, just the classic SAO Aincrad,
SAO, just the classic Aincrad, yeah, before all the incest shit came in, before the fucking Kirito becoming a girl comes in, before all that shit, right?
Back to basics.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really interested to see this. I see a new character in the middle there, so we're getting a little more in depth, seeing some new characters that maybe we didn't see on the original journey. But I'm really interested to see how this turns out.
Yeah, me too. And I kind of hurts me to say, not because I'm an SAO hater, but I can stand the first season, couldn't stand the second. This absolute mad lad went even past the second season. It has like a third and a fourth season, right?
Like a
Alicization or whatever.
fifth and a sixth, maybe too.
War of the Underworld. Are you completely caught up to it? Did you completely watch all of it?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, God spare your soul for that. Yeah. And obviously it wasn't that good, was it? No, there you go. There you go, people. That's reason enough not to watch it. Germs himself said it. Yeah, SAO, the original. I mean, not technically the original, but the isekai that created the isekai boom that we are still experiencing. It's just, it's a classic in that standpoint. Not to say it's amazing or anything, but it certainly has its place in anime history. And I think almost all of us would agree that if they stretched out Aincrad to be the complete first season, as opposed to just the first half, and then the other half they move on to become fairies and shit like that, I think it would have been better. So this will give the story more breathing room, to see a fleshed out Aincrad experience. But here's the thing: when this was originally announced, we both thought that it'd be a new reboot series. It's not. It's going to be a movie. So, and again, we've speculated about this before. Is it going to be a film series?
I think so.
The entire
they have a subtitle for it, so I imagine it's going to be a lot of different parts.
I hope so, because if they're going to try and cram all the novels of Progressive, which I believe is still going on. Is Progressive still going on?
I know that's been on for a while.
They got multiple lines of novels still going on right now. So if they're going to try and condense this entire light novel series into just one movie, that gives me a little bit of concern, because the whole point of this is to experience SAO without that 12 episode constraint of a rush story, and to really get the full feel of there's 100 levels, right? So to go from like level 1 all the way to wherever the fuck they ended up
64 or something.
Yeah, something like that. So the whole point of this is to give us more time with these characters and to get the full story of Aincrad. And if it's just a movie, I don't think it's going to be able to accomplish that. I really don't. But if it's a movie series, even better. So
yeah, there's
I'm very curious.
There's 8 volumes out, and it's still going. So
still going, exactly. So SAO is they have multiple different lines of stories going, right? They have like the main one. They have this. They had like another spinoff. So yeah, I'm very interested. And here's the thing: it's a movie, guys. So even for all the people that fucking hate SAO and trash on it, it's just a movie. It's just what is it? Hour 37 minutes. That's you're not committing to 24 or even 12 episodes here. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's safe to say we're both going to watch it because we're very curious. You have to watch it. You're already at the deep end with this shit. You've already seen too much to not watch this. I've only seen first and second season. Thought the second season was ass. I saw the movie too. You showed me the movie. What ordinal scale or something like that. I don't really remember it. It wasn't super memorable, but yeah, I can't say I'm hyped for this, but I'm very curious about it. Would you say that's kind of where you're at, Germs?
I'm interested to see, because looking at the just the description for volume 7, they're at layer 7, so we're really slowing down to a snail's crawl. So that can either be good and bad, depending on how maybe it drags out stuff too long, and maybe the movie will kind of condense that in a nice digestible way. So maybe this might be like the best way to see the new SAO, but that's what I'm hoping for. Maybe this really condenses the good stuff of those novels. There's never going to be a perfect adaptation of light novels in any. No, never, ever.
There'll never be a perfect adaptation of any form of media ever. There's always slight changes and pacing issues. But I'll tell you what, the first, and I assume it's 12. It might have been 13. It might have been 11. I don't remember exactly, people. But let's just say the first half of the first season, it did feel like Aincrad was sped up. I mean, I remember. That arc ended, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, what's going on now? And then, the plot continues, and we got his stepsister and all that bullshit, right? But yeah, by the time we got to that second half, I felt so jaded. I think a lot of people felt jaded. It's like, why aren't we continuing SAO? This is supposed to be SAO, you know? So if they can take whatever they have with the light novels and give us a good, give us the goods, give us the meat of it, give us a decent pacing and get us, you know, familiar with the world, I'll be happy with it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what they do here.
Me too. Me too.
So next one we have here is Platinum End. So this is you can probably explain the backstory on this real quick because you know it better than I. The authors.
Well, it's the authors of Death Note. I'm committing an absolute sin here by not knowing their names. I don't want to butcher their names. I think I know their names.
Yeah,
but,
Takeshi Obata.
Yes, and Sugumi Oba. So they have worked together on a number of projects. They've also, you know, Death Note. It's a classic. Don't argue with me about that. They obviously did Death Note. Death Note's amazing. Top 5 anime of all time, in my opinion. They've also done Bakuman. They've done Platinum End. So yeah, they are a legendary manga duo, and this is one of their works. Again, same mind and artist from Death Note. So even if you don't love Death Note, this is one to at least have on your radar somewhat because of how, you know, how big these names are in the industry, right?
Yeah, so let me go through the description here real quick. So as his classmates celebrate their middle school graduation, troubled Mirai is mirrored with darkness, but his battle is just beginning when he receives some salvation from above in the form of an angel. Now Mirai is pitted against 12 other chosen humans in a battle in which the winner becomes the next god of the world. Mirai has an angel in his corner, but he may need to become a devil to survive. So it seems like a nice, nice spicy, back and forth. You know, we're gonna probably meet someone. They're gonna be, you know, maybe they're not gonna be exactly who they think they are, and I think it's gonna be really interesting to see here. Yeah. Especially, you know, from going from Death Note and, you know, what they've done before, that kind of spice and tension of, you know, I know who he is. He might know who I'm. You know, that guy. So I think that kind of tension.
The cat and mouse game.
Yeah, I think they're really good at doing that. Game. So. This with 12 other people, maybe that's a little bit much. People, I imagine a lot of people are like, some of them are not going to never see because they'll be killed off screen or something. So hopefully there's not actually like 12 other characters. You know, you never want to just shove so many characters in, but we'll see. Only one way to find out. And it's gonna be 24
and again,
episodes.
We're looking at this. Yes, that's very important. This is going to be 2 continuous cores, so this is going to air for all the fall and into the winter. So. If you want 24 weeks of you want the anime to really sink your teeth into for 24 weeks, other than, you know, like obviously Demon Slayer second season, this will be a good one for you. And yeah, we're kind of looking at this from like a Death Note perspective, but again, we have no idea what it's about. It really does remind me of Death Note, like the angel wings, right? Like the sort of light and dark contrast. There's a lot of religious symbolism in Death Note, and, you know, like Ryuk is a Shinigami, a death god. So again, I can see their sort of influence written all over this.
But we don't know.
It's going to be as good as Death Note. Yeah, is it going to be as good as Death Note? Probably not. But it's somewhat unfair to compare it to Death Note because this is its complete own separate series. And but the names alone intrigue me. I mean, the synopsis could be shit. It could look like shit, but the names alone, I'm like, okay. So I'm certainly interested in this one. I assume you're interested.
Yeah, it seems interesting. Well, right? I'm not too much of a fan of. It seems like a nice balance of not being like a dark show, but still having some spicy elements in there. So I'm interested to see what happens here. But
yeah, it's one that we will consider. But again, you guys are gonna have to stay tuned to the end of the video to see if it makes the cut. But we'll certainly consider it.
So let's go to the next one here. We have a very interesting one here. Blue Period. So this is like a painting one, but let's read the synopsis. So the studious Yatoro leaves a dry life of study and good manners behind for a new passion, painting. But untethering yourself from all your past expectations is dangerous as well as thrilling. So this man really loves to paint now. You know, whatever he was doing before, he doesn't need to worry about it. He's painting now. He's painting. His painting is his new life now. So I wonder what kind of angle this kind of show is, because the trailer didn't really show much. Are there just a bunch of other characters? Like, is there gonna be like a club or something? Like a bunch of people he's gonna interact with? But
I assume. What are the genres? We haven't even been reading genres. Does it even say anything? Drama, slice of life. So
coming of age,
yeah,
seinen. Seinen.
I assumed
okay. So something a little more spicy.
seinen. Okay, I assume slice of life. That makes sense for a sport or hobby anime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, emotional. No, I can't read. Educational.
Educational.
So,
well, what do you think of it?
there isn't much to go off. The art looks really sick, but that's just anyone can hentai artists make really nice art. Doesn't make sure that doesn't mean the story is good. So I want to see how this story is, and is it kind of a little bit more serious? Is it a little playful? Is it like him interacting with a bunch of people and and bettering his life through drawing and painting, or is he kind of just like a happy guy that just, or a more happy guy that just paints and like, oh, I love painting, let me paint, and then just
I love painting, let me paint.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe the story. We'll have to see what the story is. If it's good or bad, the characters. It's kind of hard to tell because the trailer didn't really give much. It kind of just showed a bunch of people, and then it just showed them. They didn't like.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what the story is about here, but I'm guessing it's focusing just on the main character, as you'd expect with anything. But that's kind of hard to go off of. But yeah, I'm interested to see. What are your thoughts?
Everything up to this point is certainly a consideration for the weekly roundup. I think that's fair to say, right? This one I have no interest in. Slice of life and painting. Sorry, not for me. And the CG.
Oh, the CG, I didn't know. I didn't check.
Not to talk shit, but a little bit of CG in there. So, probably not one for me. I hope you enjoy it, bro.
Yeah, so that's all we have to say on that one there. So
let's get to our favorite, though. Come on, let's get to our absolute favorite on this list. Come on, please.
So yeah, here we go. The second core of 86. We're done. Oh, that was real quick. Okay, we're coming back.
You can't do the people like that. You can't do the people like that.
I read the description. That's Okay. So yeah, here we.
I mean, that is literally the description. So.
So this is our infamous 86. Every week me and James were going from highs and lows consistently. Very controversial, some would say. Our opinions of this show.
I never hated it. You hated it. I thought it was not the best, though. I'm not going to lie. So, okay, you're not on the 86 train. We know that, Germs. We know that. You watched the trailer. Are you any more convinced to check this out than previously?
I'm more interested because, I basically, just remove that and just say, like, the 86 start, Everything we've seen before was, like, episode 0, but, like, a really long episode 0. So maybe, because this is all new characters, it looks like, our main girl's still here, but everything else is all brand new. I guess her friend is still the same, but...
I was gonna say the scientist is still there. Yeah. That fucking crazy girl's still there.
But yeah, basically.
But yeah, where's her? Where's the one dude? The one, like, her sort of love interest, not love interest. Where the hell is he?
He's not here on the character list.
They kind of. I don't know. That's kind of weird to me.
Yeah, so
it's probably a spoiler. It's probably spoiler.
Oh, there he is.
They're probably trying not to spoil it. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Okay.
He's so generic looking. We
we just missed him.
So. Yeah, I'm interested to see because it's a whole new cast, so it's like I'm basically watching a new show, but I already read like the first book of all the lore and all the. I already know about the 86 and all the world lore, but we never got actually like good character stories and stuff. So hopefully they don't kill every character off each episode this time again. So that kind of gives me hope in a way where hopefully we have a smaller cast that isn't dying every episode. But.
Yeah. Oh, 86. The wonderful 86. Yeah. What's there to say about this one, right? I don't know, man. It's kind of like infamous with us. We kind of bagged on it a lot. People love it. One thing that you can't say is that A1 Pictures isn't doing a phenomenal job with it. I thought the production was fantastic on it. Was the storytelling fantastic? It didn't do what it needed to do for me, but yeah, I mean, we don't really have a definitive answer on this one. This is like, if we said Platinum M was a maybe, this is like the big maybe, right? I mean, we're not. I'm probably more convinced than you to watch this, but you are certainly not at all convinced to watch this one.
Yeah. If it's 12, I guess it's not gonna be too bad, but I'll have to see more to see if this is. I'd rather watch like 2 bad isekais than watch this. But that's just the
get out of here.
That's just the Jeremy controversial opinion here.
That's slander. No, I think we owe it to the fans, and we owe it to ourselves to give it one last shot. If this show can't hook us after 2 whole cores, after 24 episodes, because I believe the first season was 12, right?
It was 11, I think.
So if they can't, was it 11? Okay. So if they can't hook us after 23 episodes, then yeah, I mean, it's just not for us at that point. We can't. You can't say that we didn't stay long enough for the story or anything like that. It's just not for us. So yeah. I think
maybe here.
It's a big maybe. It's a big maybe. It's a big maybe.
So yeah,
Germs is so pissed off he's hitting his mic.
So next we have Mieruko-chan. So I can see this is a very spicy, crazy art here. But all of a sudden, a girl's able to see grotesque monsters all around her, but no one else can. Rather than trying to run away or face them, she instead musters all her courage and ignores them. Join her day-to-day life as she keeps up her best poker face despite the supernatural going on. So I like it's like a big game of chicken, but it's only her going against these super scary looking monsters.
Right. And so let's read the genres here. I think that's important.
Seinen, philosophy, bullying. Oh, I got body horror.
Bullying.
I thought there was I saw a comedy on the comedy horror. Where's the comedy slice of life around here? I see. So well, it's kind of hard to tell. I have the first volume, but maybe I should read it to see what the kind of tone they're going for.
Have you have it, but have you read it?
No, I haven't. I probably should read to see, because I didn't expect to see like philosophy, bowling, and seinen here. I guess seinen has scary monsters. They probably can't put that in shonen. They can't put that in shonen.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, maybe give your manga a read and get a taste for it, because I don't know what to expect with this one, but the trailer does look good. You know, we were kind of speculating that it's like maybe a comedy of some sorts, because the faces are animated so dramatically. So yeah, I mean, seinen, that's interesting, and all other tags that you read off there. Bullying, like, yeah, how does... I don't know. We don't know much about it. The trailer doesn't reveal too much. So maybe this one will be like a contingent on what you think of the first volume, to be honest with you. But I'm certainly interested. I'm certainly interested in this one, right?
Yeah, same for me as well. The art looks really nice, and the character designs are nice as well. So I'm interested.
Pretty much the first, let's see, the first like 6 entries on this like 10, preseason.
Like 10 of them.
Well, yeah, like they were all guaranteed, and then we kind of get down to Platinum End and 86, and this one. Now we're starting to dip into like the maybe territory. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's go to the next one that we want to talk about here. So we're going to World End Harem. Now this is this is a infamous / wild one we got here. So let me just read the description here. So the time is a near future Tokyo, Japan in 2040. Raito, a young man suffering from an intractable disease, vows to unite with his childhood friend, Arisa, and decides the cold sleep to cure his illness. When he wakes up 5 years later, the world has undergone a major transformation. The MK, male killer virus, kills 99.9% of men on the planet. The ground was a super harem with 5 billion women for every 5 men. So, this sounds like when you're well, it looks like a hentai over here. So I'm at.
Oh, it's pretty much a fucking hentai. I'm tired of all these damn shows saying that they're ecchi, but like uncensored, they'd be hentai. Like this is pretty much a hentai
Yeah, well,
uncensored.
you see, this is all you need to see right here to know that this is not your.
Well, I clicked on it. I'm watching it right now. I think I saw it with you previously. It's of course you know about this one. Of course you're telling me all about it. I think plot wise, you can't go into something like this looking for the plot, right? but yeah, the girls look great. The MC, why do we get these fucking wimp ass MCs, dude? Why can't we have the Chads? So I don't know. Would it be fun to watch this? Probably.
I drunk,
but I feel like that MC is gonna fucking annoy me, dude. The MC for Four Hoes is annoying me right now. Girlfriend, for those who aren't watching the podcast. So I don't know. You're gonna watch this shit, aren't you?
Probably late night watch.
So I think it's safe to say this ain't making the roundup. We're mainly speaking for our own personal desires, our own personal research here. I had to check out that video, that trailer. Yeah, not going to make the roundup. We got to keep it somewhat PG here on the podcast. But yeah, if you're into this shit, which we know 99% of you fucking degenerates are, maybe give this one a watch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's a definite recommend to all the degenerates out there. So this one, yep. I was ecstatic, as James can attest, when I saw that this had an adaptation. Yes. So should I say, Paladin? So we'll go right to the description here. So in the ruined city of the dead, far from human civilization, lives a single human child named Will. He is raised by 3 undead, Blood, the heroic skeleton warrior, Mary, the ladylike mummy priestess, and Gus, a crocodile ghost wizard. The 3 of them teach the boy what they know and pour their love into him. One day the boy begins to wonder, who am I? Will uncovers the mysteries of the undead hidden in this faraway land. He learns of the love and mercy of the good gods, as well as the paranoia and madness of evil gods. And once he learns it all, the boy embarks on the path to becoming a paladin. So, I read the manga for this so long ago. This is just some fire good shit from what I've seen. And the trailer reminded me of what I had read, so I'm really excited to see. I've only seen such small part of the story compared to what it's already out probably these days, but I'm really excited to see how, because I really love how there was only like 4 characters for what I had read the whole time. It was just these 4 characters and their interactions.
Oh, okay.
Were really nice, but I imagine there's I see a new girl in there, and I see some other characters in the cast. So there's probably some other stuff that once he goes out to the open world or something. So I'm super excited to see this. It's probably not going to be a lot like 99% of people's radars, but if you're watching this, you're a real one to me.
Read the genres for me.
Yeah, gotcha. So we got gods, mythology, demons, dragons, isekai, elf.
Sorry, what was the second to last one?
Isekai.
Say it one more time, just for the people in the back, so we can all hear
Isekai.
Yeah, probably not going to be for me, guys. But
look at this man.
Have fun here.
Come on.
No, you know what's funny? It actually doesn't look bad, but it's not something I would check out on my own. Like if people are really hyping it up, if you swear up and down that it's the most amazing thing you've ever seen, which I already know you're going to, then I will consider checking it out. Right now, it doesn't really pique my interest. Just the summary seems a little generic, but you know what? It's not meant for me. It's meant for you, buddy. So you have at it. You have fun. You tell me if they do a good adaptation. And
you know me.
Yeah,
you know me.
Fairly typical answer for me. Exactly.
So next we got My Tenny Senpai here. So Igarashi is a hardworking young office lady. Takeda, the senpai above her at work, annoys her constantly, and yet she finds herself growing closer to him. Every day is filled with comic mishap and romantic moments as Igarashi tries to balance work, life, and love. So, just in the trailer, man, I was smiling. I'd never seen the series before, so I'm pretty hyped to see this here. This seems totally up my alley. This is like a Nagatoro, Uzaki. They're throwing all the best girls of every season back into here, and then they add some like some work stuff. So
Right.
this is like a nice good time. I'm super excited. What are your thoughts from the trailer and the description here?
Well, it certainly interests me. I like that she sort of grows closer to him, right? Because it seems like she's lower on the company ladder, right? So she's sort of, trying to prove herself not only in the workforce, but she's also sort of getting closer to him. So, and I assume it's not like a, let's see the tags. Is it a romance? I assume it's not really a romance.
No, obviously.
No.
I'd imagine. Well, from the trailer, it looked like there's some romance in there, and it says love here. So I think there's a good romance in here. Probably like similar to the other shows where it's like kind of be like in the later half because that's how it always is.
Like sort of built up to it. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's interesting. I love my what's the word I'm looking for? Wholesome sort of comedic. I want to say rom-com. We don't really know if it's a romance anime yet, but yeah, it's certainly interesting. The age gap is really interesting too. So I know you're hyped for it, and I'm very interested in it. So you're definitely watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a
contender.
Keeping it on the radar. Mm-hmm. Keeping it on the radar for sure.
So next, we got another infamous one here for us. Way the Househusband Part 2, baby. They finally finished making that second slideshow. So
they did. Good job on them.
So here, you basically. It came out this year, right? The first part.
Yes,
it was like early this year.
And by the way, make a timestamp for me. We are going to link our review up here, so you guys can check out the wonderful things we had to say about it.
I'm excited. So, I'm excited to see this, just to see the what. I probably need to put some drinks in myself before I start watching this. But I think it'll be a fun And luckily, it's a shorter episode, so it's not like it's gonna take a lot of time. Luckily, it's not like I'm wasting 4 hours of my life watching some garbage. This is a nice like hour and a half of just get her done, having fun, doing something else like last time. Because there'll be a dub, so I think that's what really for me saves this show, especially since it's Netflix. That dub of just like okay, I could be doing something else and like let me go back to
go back
to the slideshow real quick.
Well, you're not missing much animation, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's a Netflix ONA, so it has 5 episodes, but they're shorter, which is interesting. And there's shorter segments, sort of like chapters from the manga. But I actually own the manga, so I know that it's somewhat out of order. And yeah, to me, it's like a motion comic. They take the manga panels and they slightly move them, and they think that's called animation. It's not actually. So to me, this is, I mean, it's an anime, I guess, but I don't really classify it as an anime. I see no need to watch this. I own the manga and I read the manga.
Just slowly move your manga while you're reading it. Then you got the anime experience.
You got the same fucking, and color it, pretend it's colored, and move it slightly, and bam, you got the same fucking thing. So if you don't own the manga or want to read the manga, I guess this is an alternative.
Put the dub on and do something else.
But if you really want if you're going to substitute the manga, why wouldn't you want the better source? Because, the manga is always going to be the better source, the original, source material. So any adaptation is going to be worse, but why? It makes no sense to me. So I think it's safe to say I'm not watching it, but you'll be watching it. Mm-hmm. So have fun with it.
So next we just do a super quick one. We did the news about Star Wars Visions. It looks really cool. It's got a bunch of different studios, so I feel like it's gonna be kind of like flip floppy on the quality. Like, some can be like, "Oh, yeah, that was a nice show episode." And the next episode starts, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" Something totally different. So I'm interested to see. I'm not too much of a Star Wars fan, but I like anime, and I like nice looking lightsabers here. So I'll be watching it. What about you?
Yeah, I'm not a big Star Wars fan either. I think what intrigues me is the different studios working on it, like Trigger's in there, and what's also interesting is it's 9 episodes, but every single episode is going to be a different story within the Star Wars universe. So I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of familiar characters. I don't think you're going to be seeing, Skywalkers in here and Yoda and stuff like that. I think these are stories that are going to take place on, different
In the
planets all
anime
throughout the
world.
galaxy. Yeah, so I don't know if you're looking for something that sort of is more canon and connects directly to all the Star Wars stuff out there, this might not be for you. But if you're like us and you're not really a big Star Wars fan, but maybe you want to see some really dank animation or something like that, yeah, I mean it's certainly something to consider watching. I want to see if people say it's good or not. I've been burned by so many of these ONAs, that are
Yasuke.
coming out on these. Yeah, Yasuke, Way of the House Husband. Like it's just, I want to kind of see if the people like really love it, if this is like really worth watching, because I assume this one's coming out to Disney Plus.
Yeah,
So
Disney Plus original. Yeah.
certainly interesting. Yeah, Disney Plus. So certainly interesting, and certainly something to keep an eye on. Are you sold on this one? Are you definitely going to be watching this one? Or are you like me?
Well, it's me. I'm like more casual. I was like, oh, I'll throw an episode on, and then that's it. I just need to see the episode, then I can just don't need to. There's not gonna be like a cliffhanger or anything. It's all nice,
No,
capped off episode. But
almost like little mini movies that they have, kind of, but different studios and different stories. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. This definitely could be really good. Disney Plus has a lot of interesting stuff going on right now. Let's see how it is. Let's see what the people say. If the people love it, uh, we'll give it a shot. Maybe we'll review it. Maybe.
So let's see what we got next. For me, I love what Restaurant to Another World. Yeah, Restaurant to Another World. It's the second season. James hasn't seen the first one, but I love this kind of what's it called? The genre of just isekai, but with food. It's really interesting to see what kind of slight little differences they do here. But I'm excited that they're making a second season. It's not for everyone. It's a very weird, very very weird genre.
Read it for the people.
Yeah, so
Read it for the people.
second season, Ibisakai Shokoto, the restaurant is opening up again with new characters and dishes. There's a certain restaurant in the first basement level of a multi-tenant building in one corner of a shopping center near the office district. The historical restaurant, marked by a sign with a picture of a cat, is called Western Cuisine Nekoyoya. This restaurant looks completely normal throughout the week, but on Sundays it opens in secret exclusively to some very unique guest. During these hours, doors in various areas of a parallel world open to allow customers of many different races and cultures into the restaurant. So it's a nice
That's an interesting premise, actually.
yeah.
I didn't read this one. I'm actually surprised at that premise. Was season 1 good?
Yeah, so basically every episode is like it's a Sunday. It's a new Sunday. Doors open up. Oh, it's a new guest. Oh, what do you want? Or it's like a nice little it's a nice little story, and they kind of connect it with food in a way. And it's like, oh, I love the fish of my this tastes like my what my mom used to make, and in this fantasy race and whatever. It's a real nice little interesting show. No action at all. It's just cooking.
Yeah,
And,
that's cool.
have some food ready, on ordered before you start watching, because you're going to be hungry after you're done watching the episode.
Another one of those damn Food Wars shows where you're fucking craving while watching the episode. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice, wholesome, good show. That's all I need to say. If you're into that kind of stuff, this is exactly what you're looking for.
Haven't seen the first season, so I can't vouch.
So next for us, we got a very weird one here. Kyuketsuki Shugu Shinnu. Vampire Hunt.
The English name is Vampire Dies in No Time.
So a vampire hunter learns of a mansion inhabited by a vampire who's rumored to have kidnapped children and goes there intending to take them down. But then it turns out that the vampire is a wimp who keeps turning into ash at the smallest things. And the kids aren't being held captive. They are using the haunted house as their personal playground. So it seems like a comedy. The trailer, when I was watching, I was like, wow, this seems like some kind of action, like Blood Lad kind of show here. And then reading the description, looking at the picture, it's like, why did they even make that the trailer? They kind of that's a totally different than what we're getting here.
Right.
So it seems like a nice just slice of life fantasy kind of thing. I don't think there's been any action, I'd imagine. Video game slapstick, yeah.
Yeah, comedy, supernatural. It's certainly no Helsing, you know? So if the trailer led you to believe that, that's probably a joke within the trailer that, like, you know how anime is very over the top and dramatic? I think that they were showing some over the top and dramatic moments, but yeah, we're not looking at an action show here. I don't know, man. I'm actually really interested in this one. I think this could be a slight sleeper hit. And you know what the big thing is, Germs? We got to mention who is the studio behind this one?
Madhouse.
What else do you need to hear? Even if you're not sold on it, that is something to at least look at and consider, right? So, yeah, the wonderful studio of Madhouse. They've had, sort of a mixed track record, but they've put out a lot of stuff that people love over the years. They're certainly a household industry name. So, yeah, I'm keeping my eye on this one. I really am. From what's pretty much confirmed to be on our list for the weekly roundup, I think having maybe something more comedic would be fun in there. But I don't know. I'm on the fence with this one. I assume you're on the fence with this one, or is this a no for you?
It's more on the fence, a lot more on the fence, especially since the trailer it kind of turned me off in the other way. But we'll see.
We'll see. I don't know why why I'm so interested in it. I like the character designs. I like the fact that the vampire is a wimp, and that's going to be the running gag throughout the show. So we'll see how it holds up. We'll see what the people think of it.
So here we got Ganbare Douki-chan. So this is from Twitter, a web adaptation of this. It's a Twitter user in Japan. Yeah, they artists every few days or so they kind of come with a new page or a few pages maybe if we're lucky.
Let me ask a question. Do they tweet this? You said it's a Twitter user. Do they tweet this out? Like they tweet out their manga art every couple days?
Yeah.
That's sick. That's sick.
It's only just a few pages.
And so because of that, now we're getting like a full length adaptation.
Oh, not full length.
Crazy. That's kind of.
It's only 6 minutes episodes, but for what the content is, that's basically a full adaptation here. Because it's not like the story is gonna be super in depth and kind of crazy. It's a very quick and it's usually just nice pictures of the. We got all the sizes here. But
yeah, so 6 minute 12 episodes. That's interesting. And again, this is kind of like is it Murata, the One Punch Man author, right? Like kind of like doing his own web comic, and then it gets picked up, and now it's like One Punch Man's the biggest thing ever. So like this is really cool to see that like a Twitter user, and you follow that account, like you check it and you see the art and all that,
and then how the story is progressing. Well, from the I'm visualizing the story from the images. They're saying all these words, and I don't know what they're saying, but I can kind of understand what they're saying here. The body language.
We're Western anime fans. People can tell that for sure.
So yeah, I'm really excited to see how they get this. I love my big titty women. So I'm excited to see. Also main girls. Pretty good on Contender 2. But I'm excited to see, and luckily I think episode 1's already out or something. Yeah, episode 1's already out.
Is it? I'm gonna watch that shit
before you go to sleep tonight.
Probably. I heard big hits. I know it's not a big commitment at 6 minutes an episode. What else? What else could they do to attract me in here? You're saying it's good from the scans that you're reading. So yeah, listen, you get when there's certain anime that are just so low barrier of entry. It's like, why not? Why not just check it out? It's only 6 minutes.
You
it's
go to the bathroom
that
for
much
longer.
of your life. Exactly. I do. So, yeah. When it's so easy and it's accessible to check out, why not? So fuck it. I'm going to check it out. And it's big tits.
Ooh,
Yeah,
let's go.
Sold. Sold. I'm here. Okay, but real quick, we are not promising this on the roundup, people, because I know people are gonna. Oh, are they gonna, put this every week? Are they gonna talk about it every week? Not necessarily. It might not be that type of show to talk about every week, but maybe. I mean, if we're both gonna watch it, why not have a review, right? So maybe expect a review. But yeah. Once the season's done, but not necessarily for the roundup. This might not be a good fit for that, but I think we're both gonna be watching this one for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep.
So let's go to the last one we got here. So Lupin the Third.
It's so sad that it's so low down this damn list. But please read the synopsis, Germs.
Mm-hmm. So Gentleman Thief Lupin the Third is back and ready for his next caper. I'm guessing chapter. I'm guessing or is it caper?
Yeah. I think it's chapter. They probably fucked up.
Unless legendary sleuth Sherlock Holmes has anything to say about it. When Holmes' longtime partner, Dr. Watson, is murdered, none other than Lupin tops the suspects list. With Holmes fast closing in, Lupin must prove his innocence and bring a shadowy organization called the Raven to heal if he wants to live to steal another day. Well, I'd expect to see that kind of story, but it's a pretty interesting premise that they got here. Watson being dead and Sherlock Holmes, going after him. It's an interesting premise.
Wasn't there one this season like that? Like the detective's dead? Or something like that?
Yeah,
some title like that?
Yeah, it was just detective. That's all that really has in common with that. It wasn't Sherlock Holmes or anything. Moriarty was related to that. Is related to Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Because Moriarty is like his rival or something. No. I've heard about it.
Yeah. Okay, so you're not a Lupin fan, and I'm not really. I'm not going to pretend that I am either, but I have seen the Castle of Cagliostro. Look at me. But you haven't seen anything Lupin. And what's your big hesitation with this one, Germs? Please, what is it?
It's right there, part 6. Where's I gotta see that 1 through 5.
I don't know about that.
I gotta see that 1 through 5.
That's irrelevant. I don't
know. It says part 6 there. No. It says part 6 here, part 6 there.
Only for a numbering standpoint. Listen,
hey, numbers are what I live by, James. People, numbers are what I live.
I know you do. Here's what people need to understand: the Lupin story is not chronological. You can just watch a random episode of a random season if you want, and it's pretty much a self-contained story. You can watch any part out of order that you want. This isn't JoJo where you should watch part 1, then 2, then 3. The order of the parts doesn't matter. In fact, the origin of Lupin has been retconned different times throughout the anime's history. So originally, I don't remember when it was covered. I think maybe it was part 2 or part 3 when it was first talked about. Then there was a movie that came out that kind of went back through the origin. But then as you would watch a later season, some of that would be retconned. Again, the continuity of Lupin doesn't matter. As long as you understand the 4 or 5 main characters, as long as you understand Lupin, Jigen, Goemon, Fujiko Mine, the love interest, and Zenigata, which is just the cop that chases them. So basically, Lupin is the thief. He's like the playboy. Jigen is his sort of partner in crime. Goemon Ishikawa, he's the random samurai that just shows up sometimes. Fujiko Mine is sort of like a like
Catwoman,
like a yeah. I was just about to say like a Catwoman or a Black Cat sort of character. She's the hot, sexy thief herself that sort of uses her looks to her advantage, and she knows how to play Lupin. And then you have Zenigata. He's just the cop that is always trying to track these guys down. And again, because it's kind of a action comedy, he never always does, right? So it's just a fun, self-contained story. It seems like this season, I don't know if I'd recommend watching a part, like going in the middle of a part or something like that, right? So like if you want to watch part 3, like just start from episode 1 onward, right? So this one seems like it with the Sherlock Holmes aspect, maybe this will be connected throughout the season, right? Like long form story. But I guarantee you, Germs, you don't have to see part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and to get to this part 6. I don't think it's relevant. But again, people are going to see that part 6, and it's just there's so many. And by the way, there's a shit ton of Lupin movies. There's like I don't need like the movies and the specials. There's probably like a good 20, 30 of them over the years. So there's a lot of different one-shot stories that you could watch as well.
Mhm.
But the part 6 is where it loses people, which sucks because I wish that they would rename it differently and sort of let people know that you can really sort of enter this story at any time. You know, I mean, when I watched Castle of Cagliostro, I think part 1 had been out at that point, and this was kind of like a movie after part 1. But again, it wasn't really tied at all. The movie was perfectly coherent the entire way through, and I think Cagliostro is a really good starting point for anyone interested in the Lupin series. They also had that 3D movie. What was it?
Or something.
Yeah, they had that one like a year or two ago. That one was really popular. Again, that's another retelling. They had that, and then they had like another one called First Contact or something like that. And those two stories probably aren't going to be exactly the same about the origin of Lupin, but it doesn't matter. It's just all one-offs of these 5 main characters that we have. You know what I mean? It's like reading comic books. Do you have to go back to the 60s to start with Spider-Man, or can you just pick up a new continuation? You know, I mean, I guess if you want the full complete story, you could, but they get rebooted so many times, and there's so many different, timelines and shit like that. So that's my rant.
Yeah. So if you're like me and see that 6 and a little spooked, maybe James convinced you there, but not me.
Let me ask you a question. Did the trailer look good to you at least, though?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks kind of what I expected from Lupin.
Didn't even like it. Yeah. I can't convince some guys. I can't convince some weebs. Germs is probably not going to allow this one to end up on the roundup, but I tried. I tried my hardest. Lupin, Lupin's a classic. You got to watch it at some point, Germs. It's one of those, but you know that. You got a list. Mm-hmm. You know that.
So yeah, and that's the end of the roundup for here. There's so many other random shows, but they aren't for us. Maybe for you, but
yeah, we could be here all day with our thoughts on the entire preseason, but we wanted to give you guys 19 specific, the hits, the stuff that we actually have something to talk about. What's the point in talking about a show if we have absolutely nothing to add to the conversation? So yeah, guys, that's our preseason thoughts. We're going to make a quick cut here. Me and Germs are going to discuss some things behind the scenes. We're going to, pick some shows for the upcoming 3rd season of the Weeb Retreat, our new weekly roundup for the fall 2021 season. It might not be the entire roundup, but we're gonna look at some of these picks, and we're gonna narrow some options down. So we'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned. All right, Weebs. We hope you enjoyed our rundown of the preseason of fall 2021. We have some promises to make. Obviously, for our upcoming 3rd season of the show, Demon Slayer makes the cut. I think we said that right off the top. Congratulations, Demon Slayer. There's no way that we're not talking about you every single week. We're both hyped for it, right? So, yeah, Demon Slayer makes the cut. We don't know when it comes out. That's really annoying. Come on, Japan. Give us some specific times. But yeah. Anything to add about this one, Germs?
No, I think it's gonna be a nice good. The art looks nice, and it's affordable. Like, what else I need to say? Come on.
Yeah, what else do we have to say? And keeping tradition for all these popular rated shows, we have Jobless Reincarnation. Mushoku Tensei's 2nd season absolutely makes the roundup. We know some of you guys don't like it, and it has a dirty name out there, but guess what? We don't care. We're degenerates. We thought the 1st season was phenomenal. We think that this season is going to be phenomenal. Honestly, contender for anime of the year, in my opinion. We're going to get to that at the end of the year. Stay tuned for that. But anything to add for Mushoku Tensei's 2nd season, Germs?
Oh, I just can't wait, man. I just can't wait to see some of these certain scenes, and it's going to be good and spicy, man. It's going to be good.
I know, and I don't know if they initially planned for it to be 2 continuous cores, and then they got the summer and they said, all right, let's take a little bit of a break here. But I'm happy they did. I'm happy that they're going to keep up, or at least it looks like they're going to keep up the same quality that they've been giving us. So yes, Mushoku Tensei, congratulations. We will be talking about you every single week. Right next to it, it's a beautiful place right next to it. Komi can't communicate. This one is something that's not continuing. So this is going to be the start of a brand new story. Germs has read it. I have not. It's brand new for me. But just the trailer, from what Germs has told me, from the synopsis, from how beautiful it looks, it can't not make the list. So Komi Can't Communicate is also going to be on our fall 2021 weekly roundup. Anything to add, Germs?
Oh, I'm just happy to see how they treated it well. It just feels good, man. It just feels good to see that they put the love and care into this show, not just generic anime number 369, or something.
Exactly. And not number 370, 369 people. All right, and so our fourth and final commitment that we're going to give to you guys is a little bit weird. It's not going to be airing at a normal time this season, but that is, of course, the wonderful, magnificent, bizarre JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6. We've been waiting for this one for a while. As always, David Productions will likely deliver. We hope they deliver. Knock on wood. This one comes out in December, right? Is December when this is announced for? So this isn't going to be, JoJo usually comes out like during like a December. So like it's going to be a little bit weird for the roundup. This is not something that's going to be with us the entire fall season. I mean, this is pretty much like a winter anime that kind of starts early. So as all the other shows are going to be winding down, JoJo is going to be starting up for us. So all we can say is that when it does start up, it automatically gets shoved to the weekly roundup automatically. So there's no way that we're not talking about JoJo every week. Yeah, it's also villain of the week type of show, so it's meant to be. This is the perfect show for a weekly roundup to talk about it every single week about the new bizarre thing that happened this week. Yeah, any thoughts for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Germs?
Yeah, like the fact the season was made for me. All these fire shows that I love so much are just getting that good stuff, the good treatments, and hopefully the AV production keeps up that good work and goes 6 for 6. Or 6 for 6.
Yeah, absolutely. And so those are going to be the 4 that we promise to give you guys quality content for every single week. Listen, this summer we've had a lot of difficulties. We're a new podcast. We don't have the biggest listenership yet. We're getting things in motion, but come this fall season, our third official season of the weekly of the Weeb Retreat and giving you guys a weekly roundup, we are not going to be slacking on the content. We are not going to be missing out on our commitments. Every single week, there will be a new full-length podcast episode for you guys to watch here on YouTube and to also listen on Spotify and iTunes. Check us out there if you'd like to just listen to the audio versions as well. So those are going to be the 4 that we promised. We think there's probably going to be another. We're not going to make any promises, though. We've thrown out a couple names. We've talked about 86. We've talked about Platinum End. We've talked about My Tiny Senpai. I think that's the title, right? So there's other considerations we have going on here. We're going to keep you guys in suspense. And when it comes up, when we come back with the show and you see this infamous other show that we're not announcing yet, you'll know what it is. We don't know what it is yet. We need to see when certain dates line up. And so, yeah, we're going to promise those first 4. There's likely going to be another show. By the way, if you want to petition us, please comment down below what show would you guys like to see on the weekly roundup. We might, if you guys are if we're interested in the show and you guys are very interested in seeing it every week, we will be glad to hear your feedback. So please engage with us down below. What are you guys hyped to see this season? What are you guys thinking about the season? We think it's going to be stacked, right? I mean, this is looking like a banger season.
Oh yeah, there's so many. It's like 20 different shows here that scream out my name here. So I'm super excited for the season. It's been a little while since I've been so hyped to see so many different shows.
Yeah, and listen, we talked about 19 today for this preseason special for you guys. Those were the highlights. There's tons of other shows that we could have been talking about, but of this long list of shows coming out, we said these 19 we have to talk about for one reason or another. And again, that's just the highlights. There's still other shows coming out this fall season, so it's looking like it's going to be a great, great season. We hope you guys enjoy your stay. Again, please make sure to hit up that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're a weeb like we are, if you like this content. If you just stumbled here, we get a lot of new viewers for these preseason specials. Stick with us. Stick with us. If you're interested in seeing us talk about a show every single week and reviewing the latest episodes, give our podcast a watch. Greatly appreciate it. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, like I said, give us a follow on there. And Germs, any last words to tell the weebs before we see them in the fall?
Dude, being an anime fan these days is the best. There's always hot new goodness every single week, and not even counting old stuff. There's still all the classics there, but just all the new stuff that's coming out is insane consistently. And this season is one of the best ones we've had in a little while here. So super hyped, and I think every anime fan has something to be hyped around here.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a great time to be an anime fan. We're spoiled. I mean, so many great adaptations coming out. So many adaptations to look forward to. Yeah. So in the meantime, we're gonna upload this. We're probably gonna have some reviews come out for you guys from this past season. And yeah, we're going to see you guys in the fall. We're going to be sort of relaunching the podcast. We're going to be starting with the fall season. We're going to be giving you guys a weekly show every single week. We can't wait for it. We're going to have a much more structured schedule, a much more structured approach to this, and we can't wait. So yeah, Weebs out. We'll see you guys in the fall.
Peace.
Peace.